So actually it is there is a verse which comes in Bhagavad Gita and it says Janma karma chame divyam evam yoveti tattvataha takta deham punarjanma naiti mameti so Arjuna. It says that the Janma and karma of Krishna, he is telling, is Janma and karma of Krishna is divyam. What does it mean, divyam? And he says, who understand my Janma and who understand my karma in truth, Tvakta deham punarjanma naiti mameti so Arjuna. It means after giving up this body, he doesn't come to this material world. Whoever understands my Janma and karma in truth, then after giving up this body, he don't come to this material world again. So what does it mean, Divya Karma? That how Krishna's appearance is Divya. So Divya means transcendental. So our birth is not transcendental, our birth is very ordinary, but Krishna's birth is transcendental. Krishna's birth is not like our birth. So it is said, how Krishna's birth is different from our birth is very important topic to understand before we start dwelling into the pastimes of Lord Shri Krishna. So there is a beautiful example Srila Prabhupada gives to explain us that when there is a jail which is being made in this world. So there are two kind of people can go to jail. A person, let's say he is a Prime Minister of India and he goes to jail. Or a prisoner goes to jail. So there is a difference between prisoner going to jail and Prime Minister going to jail. So the difference is prisoner goes to jail by force. So there is no choice in prison for prisoner that he may or may not go to jail. If he performs something wrong activity, he is bound to go to jail. But when Prime Minister goes to jail, he goes out of his own sweet will. He is not forced by the laws of government to go to prison house, but he goes once in a while to speak to the prisoners and to share what is happening in the prison house like this. So when prisoner takes birth, prisoner goes to jail, it is by force, and when Prime Minister goes to jail, it is by his sweet free will. So similarly, when we take birth in this world, it is by force of our own karma. We do not come to this world by our own sweet free will, no. But Krishna comes to this material world by his own sweet free will. He is not bounded up by any force, he is not bounded up by any law of karma. Because he says, Maya dekshena prakati suyate sa characharam. This prakati is working under my direction. So these laws of nature are working under Krishna's direction. So there is no point of Krishna being forced by those laws. And it is said when Krishna was appearing in this world, all the planetary position which was on the sky, moon, sun, Jupiter, they automatically gained their perfect position, whatever they could have in the solar system. Because of Krishna's appearance, they manage their position in such a way that it makes the most favorable atmosphere in the earth for Krishna to appear. But when we take birth into this world, we, according to our karma, when those particular planetary positions have been there in the sky, that point of time we take birth. So we take birth according to the planetary position which resonates with our karma. But when Krishna takes birth into this material world, all the planets itself get adjusted according to the way he wants. So that is the difference between we taking birth into this world and Krishna appearing in this world. So when it is given in 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, that what were the different situation was existing when Krishna take birth, when Krishna appeared in this earth. Just before Krishna was appearing, what was the status quo of the earth? So it explains in Krishna book 3rd chapter. I will be reading one small paragraph. It says, the rivers were flowing full of waters and lakes were beautifully decorated with lotus flowers. The forests were full with beautiful birds and peacocks. All the birds within the forest began to sing with sweet voices. and the peacock began to dance along with their consorts. The wind blew very pleasantly, carrying the aroma of different flowers, and the sensation of bodily touch was very pleasing. So this is what description is given, how the entire nature got rejuvenated, got so blissful just by the effect of Krishna appearing into this world. And it is said because of Kamsa ruling this earth that point of time, everybody was in distressful situation. And especially Brahmanas that point of time were in a very disturbed mood and they were not able to perform their sacrifices. But as soon as Krishna was about to appear, all the Brahmanas' mind becomes very peaceful and they become so quiet. And they again start performing their Brahmanical duties. So that was a particular effect what Krishna could create in this earth even before he appeared into this world. So it is said that we celebrate Janma Ashtami. It is the 8th day of the waxing moon. So but it is said when Krishna appeared in this world, it was a full moon day. So how it was a full moon day, although it was a Ashtami, it was the 8th waxing day? Because since Krishna appears in the moon dynasty, he appears in Chandra Vamsha, and Ramchandra was appeared in Surya Vamshi, Kshatriya family. Since he was born in Chandra family, in Chandra Vamshi Kshatriya family, so since moon himself starts this lineage of Chandra Vamsha, and he became overjoyous, that moon personality becomes overjoyous that Krishna is appearing in my family. He becomes so happy, so overjoyed by Krishna's coming into his family, that the moon itself became like a fully blossomed moon, which we see in Purnima time. So that's how the full moon was visible when Krishna appeared because of that reason. And there's a description given in the Krishna book how he appeared. Did he appear like a normal child, or did he appear in a different way? So again, I'll be reading one small portion of Krishna book which explains how Krishna appeared, in what feature he appeared into this world. So Vasudeva saw the wonderful child born as a baby with 4 hands. So he was not having 2 hands, he was having 4 hands, holding conch shell, club, disc and lotus flower. So he was holding Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma. So no normal child you will see taking birth like this, having 4 arms and having Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma in their hand. And he was decorated with the mark of Srivatsa. We say that at Narayana's chest always we will find Srivatsa mark. He was wearing the jeweled necklace of Kaustubha stone. So Kaustubha stone is very valuable stone which he was wearing. And he was dressed in yellow silk, appearing dazzling like a bright blackish cloud, wearing a helmet bedecked with the Vedurya stone, valuable bracelets, earrings and similar other ornaments all over his body. So when Krishna appeared in front of Vasudeva, what Vasudeva saw was not normal child. He saw a child who was having 4 hands with Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma in each one of his hand. His body was marked with Srivatsa jewel, Srivatsa mark. He was wearing valuable stone, Kaustubha's jewel, and he was dressed in silk garment. And his color was bright blackish cloud, like a bright blackish cloud we see. That color he appeared in, and his body was full of jewelry. So we don't have experience in this world that anybody, normal child taking birth in this world with all those descriptions which are mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. So means Krishna's appearance, Krishna was not a normal child which was born to Devaki and Vasudeva. This depicts this. So when Krishna came in front of Vasudeva, then he became overjoyous. He became overjoyed that Krishna has become my son. So it is a custom in Kshatriya family that whenever son is born in their family, they are supposed to be distributing cows and so many other charitable things to the Brahmanas. But since Vasudeva was bounded up by Kamsa and he could not perform any of those functionaries, so he decided in his mind, he collected thousands and thousands of cows, and in his mind itself he distributed to the Brahmanas. So it means the devotional service to Krishna is not bounded up by any material situation. So Vasudev, although he was a Kshatriya, he was not able to perform the way he was supposed to be inviting Krishna and his family, but still, Krishna accepted his service in his mind, what he performed out of his devotion. Now similarly, we may be in a very different situation at this point of time, but Krishna will see how much heart we are giving to him. So even in our mind, we can perform devotional service and we'll get the same benefit as worshipping Krishna in person. So as soon as Krishna appeared in front of Vasudeva, he became fearless. This is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. So Vasudeva was very fearful of Kamsa because Kamsa have abducted both of them and they were being put behind bars in a prison house, and each one of their child was being killed mercilessly by Kamsa. So in their heart there was a sense of fear of Kamsa, always a disturbance in their mind. But as soon as Krishna appeared in front of them, they became completely fearless. There was no tinge of fear in them that point of time. So similarly, when Krishna arises in our heart, when we clean our heart by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, when Krishna comes and resides in our heart, then all the fearless of this world just goes away. So since we are always in bhaya, we are always in fearful situation. So but as soon as Krishna comes in our life, comes in our heart, we'll see that we'll be becoming fearless like Vasudeva became when Krishna appeared in front of him. So it is said that in different yugas, Satya Yuga, we have 4 yugas basically. We have Satya Yuga, we have Treta Yuga, we have Dwapar Yuga, and we have Kali Yuga. It is said in Satya Yuga, the demons and God used to take birth in different planets. Like Hiranyakashipu was born in different planets, and Narasimha came in different planets in Satya Yuga. But in Treta Yuga, they were born in same planet, like Ravana and Ramchandra. Ramchandra was in Ayodhya and Ravana was in Lanka. So they were in same planet. And in Dwapar Yuga, Krishna appeared wherein the enemy was in his own family. And his enemy was Kamsa. And in Kali Yuga, it is mentioned that in Kali Yuga, the demon and divine qualities, both of them have come in our own heart, in our own personal life. So from interplanetary to one planet, to one family, to one person's life. So Krishna appeared in a time wherein the enemy was his own uncle, was the brother of his own mother. So some people can ask, if Krishna appeared out of his own sweet free will, he is not forced by any of those material complexities, then how come he chooses some of his parents? He chose some of his parents because the reason is, if you see their parents, they're all devotees of Krishna. When Krishna wants to come to this material world, he wants to give chance to his devotees to become his parents so that they can perform a devotion service to Krishna in a parental mood, because devotee of Krishna wants to serve Krishna in different rasas, different mellows. So if there are some eligible devotee in this earth who wants to experience that kind of exchanges between themselves and Krishna, so Krishna chooses one of them to become their parents, and he appeared to that particular system. So it is said that when Krishna appears in front of them, then both of them, Vasudeva and Devaki, start praying to Krishna. And they request, my dear Lord, I am not able to experience my parental affection with you in this form of four-handed form. Please come to the form of small child only. We want to see you in a small child form. So then, that point of time, Krishna converts himself into small child, like a normal child form. After he's showing his display of opulence, then he explains to Devaki that, I was born to you in last 2 previous lives also. You was a great devotee of mine. Your name was Krishna, and Vasudeva, he says, your name was Sutapta, and you was performing great austerity to call out me, and you wanted some child, some son like me. But there was nobody in this earth, in this world itself, who is like me. So I myself have to come as your child, and I came as Prishni Garbha. In that lifetime, Devaki name was Krishna, and Vasudeva name was Sutapta. So again he says, in the next millennium, I appeared as Vamana Deva. And you was my father, Kashyapa Muni, and Devaki was my mother as Aditi. So his name was Vaman Deva. And in this lifetime, you have become Devaki, and my father is Vasudev, and now I am appearing as Vasudeva. So that is the love which Krishna gave to those devotees, that he promised that for 3 lifetimes I will come as your child. So Krishna fulfilled his promise. First time he came as Prishni Garbha. That time next time he came as Vamana Deva. The next time he came as Vasudeva, Krishna personally. So when Vasudeva started fearing the Kamsa, then he could understand his mind. Krishna could understand Vasudeva's mind, that he is very fearful of Kamsa, that he may come at any point of time and he may kill me. So he says to Vasudeva, you please transfer me to Gokul. He says that in Gokul, Yashodamai has given birth to one daughter child. You go to Gokul and you exchange me with that child, and you bring that daughter child in this jail along with you. So that point of time it is said, so Vasudeva was thinking, how can I go taking Krishna? Because he was being shackled, and there was gatekeeper outside his prison house, who was always watchful that this person is not doing any of nonsense activity. So what happens then, as soon as Vasudeva surrendered to Krishna's will, that Krishna has told me that I will do it. As soon as he surrendered to Krishna's will, that what happens, he get unshackled. And by the influence of Yoga Maya, all the gatekeeper sleeps. They go to sleep immediately. So it is said that when we start following Krishna, in beginning it may appear to be very difficult, that how can I do it? Like Vasudeva was thinking, I am shackled in this jail, there are gatekeeper outside, how can I take Krishna to Gokul? But he had faith on Krishna's word, and he followed them, and Yoga Maya influenced, and everything was being made possible. So similarly, when we take up Krishna's service, it may be very difficult in the beginning, but if we keep following it, then Krishna will make all the arrangement for us. So as soon as he became unshackled and gatekeeper fell asleep, that very moment it started severe rainfall. There was thunderbolt in the sky. It was very severe rainfall, and if you would have gone to Vrindavan, you have to cross Yamuna. If you want to go from Mathura to Gokul, there's a river, Yamuna comes in between. Then they were thinking, how I am going to cross this river Yamuna? It becomes very challenging for him. And on the other hand, it was severely rainfall. There was thunderbolt. What was happening? So it is said that Ganga, when Krishna appeared as Vamana Deva, Ganges touched Krishna's feet that point of time, when he cheated Bali Maharaj, and he pierced the layer of entire universe. That time Viraji river came to this earth as Ganges, touching Krishna's lotus feet. But the same Ganges wanted to touch Krishna's complete body. So same Ganges which was flowing in the earth, that situation was being created for Yamuna to touch Krishna again. So that point of time Krishna became even more merciful, that the entire body of Krishna get touched by Yamuna water, and that Ganges water, and that point of time it becomes Yamuna. So Ganges is very auspicious because it touched the lotus feet of Krishna, but it is said Yamuna is 1,000 times more powerful in terms of purifying effect, because the entire body of Krishna was touched by Yamuna Mata. And that Yamuna Mata give way to Vasudeva. As Ramchandra was wanting to go to Lanka, but there was Indian Ocean in between. But Indian Ocean gave way to Ramchandra by allowing him to build a bridge on the Indian Ocean. Similarly, Vasudeva carried Krishna piercing Yamuna river, and he crossed over Yamuna river carrying Krishna. So it is said that that point of time, Sheshanaga, Anant Shesh, was becoming as an umbrella to save Krishna from getting drenched in the water. So that point of time also was Anant Shesha was serving Krishna in this particular way. And at the same point of time, when Krishna appeared in the womb of Devaki and he came in front of them, that very moment a girl had taken birth in Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj's family. But since Yashoda was very exhausted by the labor pain of pregnancy, by the labor pain of giving a birth to child, that time what happened is that she fell asleep. She don't understand whether I have given birth to male child or I have given birth to female child. So that point of time what happens when she sleeps, goes to sleep, that point of time Vasudev comes and exchange Krishna with that Yogamaya. Actually it is said he was a Subhadra Devi. She was sister of Krishna who appeared in the womb of Yashoda. And Vasudev carries Subhadra along with him, Yogamaya with him, and keep Krishna there and come back to jail. And as soon as he comes back to jail, all the situation again become normal. Again he got shackled himself, again the gatekeeper wakes up as if nothing has happened. So from Krishna's appearance to this point of time, lot of things has happened. But nobody was able to perceive them. Nobody was able to see what actually has happened in between all of those two different scenarios. So by this we understand that Krishna's activity are happening at a transcendental level. Although he will be appearing in this earth, although he will be performing his leelas, but it will be invisible from the eyes of his non-devotees. Only his devotee can perceive Krishna when he comes. Because he says, Bhakti amamapi janati. Only somebody can know me by his devotional service. Apart from other thing, nobody can know me, he explains. So now Yashoda Mai becomes very happy, overjoyous next day that I have given birth to one child. And from then onwards, Krishna continues his pastimes. We understand then Garga Muni came, then Garga Muni explained the entire situation to Nanda Maharaj that Kamsa is behind him. Then they wanted to perform ceremony, but he restricted that ceremony to happen, name giving ceremony to happen in a very small scale. And after that Putana comes, that so many demons Kamsa keeps sending. Then Krishna perform rasa dance. Then so many pastimes happens in Vrindavan. So from that time till the age of 11, before he killed Kamsa, going back to Mathura, before Akrura comes to Vrindavan sent by Kamsa, he take Krishna again back to Mathura. And that point of time, a big fight happens between Kamsa and Krishna, wherein Krishna kills Kamsa. So in between both of that period, Krishna performs all of his childhood pastimes in Vrindavan, and that is very nicely described in Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto and Krishna books also. So after that he goes to Sandipani Muni, his guru, and all those things. Again he becomes son of Ananda Maharaj, Vasudeva and Devaki. So by this we can understand that how Krishna appeared in this earth at that point of time. So somebody can ask one question, then why we are celebrating Krishna birth now? He appeared 5,000 years back. Now what is the question of celebrating Krishna birth at this point of time? So but it is said that Krishna never appear and Krishna never disappear. He is always there. He just appear in front of our eyes and he just disappears from our eyes. So it is said as a sun. Srila Prabhupada gives example of a sun, how sun never sets and he never rises. It just appear to one particular location for at one particular time. Let's say in India now it is daytime and for us it is night time. So do you say sun is dead for me? No, sun is not dead, but he has risen in different plane, different space. Similarly, Krishna keeps performing his lila into this material world. He keeps rotating like a sun. So at one point of time he was visible to us, and on that particular day he came to this world and he became visible to us. Now again tomorrow, particularly tomorrow, that 12 midnight, he will be appearing in different planets. He will be appearing in different universe. So similarly, we are celebrating Krishna birthday means at that point of time, Krishna is appearing. Krishna is taking birth in one of the planets, in one of the universe. There is a meaning of we celebrating Krishna's Janmashtami. When we celebrate Krishna Janmashtami here, the same celebration, same feeling Krishna has in other planet, that my devotees in this particular earth are celebrating my birthday and he receives all your seva. So this is a very, very special opportunity which we have on this particular occasion of Janmashtami, that we can intensify our devotion service to Krishna and Krishna becomes very pleased. And whatever devotion service we do to Krishna on that particular day, it enhances the effect 1,000 times. How it enhances the effect 1,000 times? For an example, you give some gift to your child on some normal day, or you give some gift to your child on his or her birthday. So on birthday, the happiness in child's mind is far more than gift given in some other day or service given in some other day. So in the house, somebody will be making dress, somebody will bringing new dress, somebody will be cooking for the child whose birthday it is. Somebody will be decorating, somebody will be singing. So all those, everybody on their capacity, they'll be serving Krishna, serving their child. Similarly, when Krishna birthday we are celebrating tomorrow, somebody will be putting dress, somebody will be decorating, somebody will be cooking food, somebody will be cleaning. So all varieties of service Krishna will accept and he'll bless us manifold and will be able to advance in devotion service very fast. So a great opportunity for all of us tomorrow, that we can enhance, we can accelerate our devotional attitude tomorrow, and we'll be blessed by Krishna on that particular occasion of Shri Krishna Janmashtami. So we are very very fortunate to be able to observe it, and we wish all the devotees very very happy Janmashtami. So if anybody have any doubt, whatever we discuss, we can go about it. Yeah. So thank you very much all the devotees. Again wish you a very very happy Krishna conscious Janmashtami, and may all you do nice devotional service to Krishna on this particular day. Hare Krishna.